I'm with the North Potomac Citizens Association. We've been working with several people around the county on this. One question we have is, you said the shot clock isn't running, and it seems like there's a lot of interest of learning more, getting some ideas of how other cities have handled this. We mentioned states that have fought it or cities that have fought it and won. Would you be willing to grant us a stay and not start the shot clock so that we can learn more?
The applications are not, they're not pending right now. The clock's not running on the shot clock.
We have voluntarily told the shot clock at this time.
How long would you be willing to give us to learn more, to get educated?
So the applications have been pending for a considerable amount of time. The agreement to toll the shot clock was until November, but we certainly can talk about where we can increase that.
All right, we have another question here. Okay.
Wait.
Did you want to answer that?
I thought I heard you indicate you wanted.
Did you, the question was?
Can we extend the shot clock?
Yes.
Yes, we are agreeable to extending that shot clock tolling agreement to a point where we feel comfortable moving forward as a community and as an industry.
I just want to, I want to address, several people have talked about the alternatives, and I want to say that that's actually what we are trying to do. Montgomery County, when Marilyn Praisner was here in 1996, 1997, we enacted our first tower ordinance. The purpose of that is that we wanted to manage and incentivize deployment so that it would go in industrial areas, places where you have commercial development. And that's what we created, what is now called the limited use process, is that if you met certain conditions, you go to the tower committee, and by and large, you're done. And we reserve the conditional use. The issue that we have right now is, and just with all due respect, most of this, it's not about telephones. It's not about voice. It is about the new spectrum and broadband. And part of it is that you have providers that want to compete, and they want to offer, if some of you saw today, AT&T and DirecTV is going to offer a product where you could get 100 channels over the internet. And then AT&T is likely going to come in and say that you could get all of that using your wireless plan for us. It's those types of things. The way that this new spectrum is working is, in order to get more speed, by having the pole and the device closer, they can reuse spectrum. They can make things faster. So what our challenge is now is similar to the way that in the 90s, when we had an explosion of this, and we managed it by trying to move it to commercial areas. Now we have some places in some residential neighborhoods where there is nothing right now that you can co-locate on. So you have to have something new. We're trying to look at, do you keep the 30-foot setback? Do you say that you cannot install, which it says right now, you cannot install these on houses? You would not have poles if you had them on houses, but there's a lot of reasons why people would say, I don't want to have them on houses. So what we're trying to do right now, and I apologize if when we set up and talked about the FCC, we just wanted to set the table for these are the parameters that we have to work in. But that's what we want to do, is to find out in those residential neighborhoods, is there a way that you can help incentivize that they go on major streets? Is there a way that you can limit how many you have to have? Is there a way that you can, within what the law permits us to do, have concerns, whether there's the color, the size, those other things, that have them fit in with the residential character of our neighborhoods? And that is really what we're facing now, is that in the same way in the 90s we managed it, now we have a new types and new classes of those, and that's what we're trying to work to do.
All right. We have